It's a privilege to be inside the San Siro in the AC Milan dressing room with one of the stars of the team, Clarence Seedorf. Clarence, please take us around a little bit. We're going to talk about Milan, the Rossoneri, but your seat is right there where the shirt is, and you're sitting next to some pretty famous players as well.
Yeah, important players. We have Thiago Silva sitting right here, Dida, we have Ronaldinho, Pato that always likes to get a lot of space, so a lot of times we kick his back further away, so we have some more space between Ronaldinho and me. And here I'm sitting with Huntelaar, and then with all the other guys in the room here. Yeah.
There's a lot of egos in here, okay? And you've played here for a few seasons, so a lot of big name players. Does it ever get tense here, or is it pretty much a good atmosphere?
No, I think we have more than good atmosphere. We have a great atmosphere. We have been working together now for 7, 8 years, and you know, winning a lot of things, but also had a lot of difficult moments. And I have to say that every time we did have those difficult moments, we were very united and coming always stronger out of the difficulty. So I have to say that we were very happy with the group spirit. Yeah.
This season you had a change in manager after many years with Carlo. How was the difference in the approach between Carlo and Leonardo in here, the way they try to motivate the teams?
Yeah, you know, I don't like to compare coaches because I think every person, first of all, has his own identity, and well, more so when you talk about the vision of football and the way they want to motivate their vision for the team. And Leonardo is just beginning. I think it would be too early also to judge him now as his first season. He's doing a good job. He's an intelligent manager, and well, Ancelotti has, you know, a big track record, so I would be fair for Leonardo to compare him today.
You've recently had the arrival of David Beckham once more.
Yeah.
What does he bring to the team, and do the players talk about how famous he is? Because a lot of the times, obviously he's a great footballer, but he's more than that. He's a high-profile star. So how is the interaction between him and the rest of the guys?
Oh, very normal. No, very normal. David is, first of all, very good guy. I think that most of the guys like him, and he's a hard worker, and that's what's, you know, where he gets the respect. I mean, he wouldn't get it only to be a star. So definitely, he's one of the team and very much respected. He's a good friend.
So David Beckham, where does he normally sit? You say he was switching around?
Yeah, he switched around. He started, I think, in this corner here, and then I think he found his spot last game in the angle there.
But why does he change so much if you have your own spot?
Yeah, because I wasn't here for a full month, and some players were injured also, so they fit them in, and he came in you know, the middle of the season, so everybody has his spot already. But I think that this is going to be his now for the rest of the season. Yeah.
What has he told you about playing against Manchester United and going back to Old Trafford? Must be pretty special for him.
Yeah, he's very motivated, of course. I think I told him a little bit more than he told me, because I played more against Manchester than he did. But it is a special moment for him. I mean, that's where everything started for him, really. And well, he's very focused on helping us to get a good result.
I wanted to ask you about another high-profile player here, Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
A lot has been said about him and his life, how he likes to party and dance, and after he scores goals, he starts dancing samba. Yeah. We all know that. Yeah. How much music did he bring into the dressing room, and how is he as a person?
Well, Ronaldinho, he's a good friend, first of all, and before he came to play with Milan already, and he had his difficult moments, but I think that he found himself back again in you know, a certain rhythm of training and playing, and he needs to be feeling good, and the music, as you said before, is a fundamental issue for him, in the bus, in the dressing room, and yeah.
Brazilian music mostly?
No, actually it's very international. Yeah, some R&B, some house music sometimes. I mean, he's very much emotional, and I think that helps him to get the right feeling and get the right shape before entering in the field, and everybody likes it. I mean, we know that in England it's a more common thing to have music in the dressing room, but in Italy, you know, we're quite old-fashioned here. So this is a new thing he brought in, and it's helping. It's helping him, and that's the most important thing.
He's one of the most creative players on the team. Until last season, Kaká kind of had that responsibility as the playmaker. How much do you miss him?
Well, I don't miss players because I think that 20 years of playing, you used to see a lot of turnover. From that point of view, Kaká is also a good friend. He's a great player, but I think he gave everything he could give to this team, and it was a nice moment for him to have another experience. I think that broadens your capabilities as a player, but also as a person, and I think his experience in Madrid is fantastic for him. It was also important for us to rebuild and to find another identity, and we still have some very important players here. Besides Ronaldinho, we have Pirlo, we have Nesta, we have Pato, who's doing a very good job this season. And not to exclude myself, we have to ask this group of 6-7 players. We have to make sure that we can deliver in the most important moments. And after the start of this season, that was very hard. That's what I said before. We really united and we really started, to grow towards each other and showing it on the field.
I wanted, of course, to ask you about the Netherlands. How is it looking for the World Cup, you think? It's a great team when they play well, but sometimes it seems that they really can't take that extra step to win the title or a title. How are you looking forward to the next World Cup with a national team? What do you think they will do?
Well, the Dutch team has great talent. I expect them to play well. I expect them to perform well. But as you said, it has always been that little thing more to be able to capture that, the final at least, because that has been, I think now 3 times semi-finals and over the last 10 years, and that's going to be the challenge. And I think they matured a lot, this team, from last tournament. So I'm looking forward to see the young guys flying, and like Van Persie, Bauer. I expect a lot from Sneijder too, and it's going to be interesting to see how they will perform.
This World Cup, the first one in Africa, is special for you as well, for your charity and the work you're doing on the ground there. Tell us what you're aiming to achieve and what your project is, the connection between Italy, what you're doing here, and South Africa as well.
Yeah, my foundation was founded here in Italy, Champion for Children. From 2.5 years ago, started a great relationship with the Nelson Mandela Foundation. And through that relationship we got in touch with the Western Cape University, with whom the University of Milan started to build a relationship, creating this educational model that we're going to apply on the playground, named the Champions Playground. The first one is going to be in Manenberg, it's a suburb in Cape Town, near to Cape Town, and that's where we're going to place the first one. It's to give this first sign of a legacy, to leave a real legacy also after the World Cup. It is important that we all are aware of the importance of what's happening actually now in the coming months, and what will happen after the World Cup is finished, and that we all have a great responsibility of making sure that we leave something behind. Otherwise it's like only taking away something from the country, and I think the story of the country is very, very important for all of us to remember, and to add something to rebuild the dignity that is missing in great parts of the country.
And it's great that you are giving back, Clarence. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time and for showing us the dressing room.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Besides the yellow card that we saw in the dressing room before, I mean, it was really fun that year.
Well, it was great hanging out with you, and good luck for Milan for the rest of the season and that big game against Manchester United. I hope you enjoyed this inside look in the dressing room here at the San Siro. Back to you in the studio.